he will be trying to commandeer the sort of like the primary drum in the center that's often occupied by either a Lucio, or a Diva. So I imagine he and Izzy are going to be trying to fight for that control. OG is going to be up there with him as well. We know OG to be an incredibly aggressive Lucio. But like we predicted, we are going to be seeing a little bit of Ashe play here from Triumph along with the Pharaoh from Faye. So a lot of angles here for Bermuda to try and consider as they move forward. And their first angle, Jules, is right back to spawn.
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with that, Harry. They don't want to run into triple DPS plus the Hammond. And let's be honest with ourselves, this comp does one thing, and it does one thing extremely well, and that's just disrupt the backline. Just like they're going for a little bit more dive-orientated comp. 3 supports still, of course. We do have the Ashe, the Ana even on Pizza Demon. There is an Ashe on the field, of course, and we have Hypnot now on Winston instead.
Triumph does look like they're going to get the first camp, got all that territory control from forcing Bermuda back into another area. Madman's going to try and make an engagement here, and that's perfectly placed.
Perfectly placed. He does get purpled, but the problem is, Pizza Demon is now dead, so you are drilling on 2 healers. Famitsu can just blink away at the front line. Hypnot is also going to go down, and Shu was hacked in the meantime as well, so he couldn't actually stop any of that incoming fire. Faye, unleashing that first barrage of the game, gets that ult off every single time. It's always the first one, always picks up at least 2 kills, and he did just that. Even Matman finishing off Ultimate Weapon. They're going to continue to hold 30% now on the board, and Faye, 20% already on the next Rocket Barrage, Harry, even Pibamitsu. He's got the Bob online too.
So Pizza Demon here, the reason he's picked the Ashe is threefold. He can apply pressure to Fate in the air using that Bardic Rifle in its scan mode when he aims down sights. He has the Sleep Dart ready for when Matman tries to make a pile driver engagement into his team, and finally has a Biotic Grenade to try and nullify any healing coming out of Awkward's Transcendence.
They're going to have to take down Faye somehow. Izzy uses that Valkyrie. Keep everybody alive. No one really being healed, just Faye for the time being. Matman is going to get stunned up, but is still going to be able to lay those mines out. There will be a nano boost. Shu is going to get hacked once more. Big EMP lands on 2 people. OG instantly falls to those mines, just drops directly on top of them. Pibamitsu still has that ball, but he's going extremely low as Hypnot did find him, and Faye has another barrage, finds one, doesn't manage to connect with anybody else, but they still are controlling the point. Someone from Bermuda needs to touch this. It is so close to being capped. Actually rolls back a little bit there as well. The bubble will come out after Pibamitsu does get resurrected, and Faye still on a rampage, killing off Shu.
Ball being there puts Bermuda into dire straits here. OG somehow is going to time out. It doesn't look like Bermuda's are getting here much.
He's still going, mate. He's still alive. Only just then, Hypnot managed to kill both Izzy and Faye, who had to touch and contest the point, as the rest of Triumph were already dead. They finally managed to get the turnaround, but it is only 99% to 0. So Bermuda, they're going to have to hold this for a fair while. They've only got 2 ults online as well. That Graviton Surge is going to have to be a big one. It has to be combined with that self-destruct, Harry. But who do you really stick it onto? Everybody's so slippery on the side of Triumph.
Yeah, Bermuda here going to have to use all of the physical cover that they can. Do not have a permanent shield. Hypnot's actually forced to use his own shield to avoid being hacked as Shu brings out a self-destruct, but Nano Hypnot in the back, Jules.
Yeah, self-destruct tried to actually launch up in the air and kill off Faye and Izzy. But Pizza Demon does a good job of that. Shu also taking Izzy, who went down for the rares. Mystic was not able to help. Graviton Surge gets thrown in straight onto Matman. A solo grab at this point. Might as well. You're not going to be able to catch anybody else. And they will have to go up for another reset. Matman going down does mean the rest of Triumph are just going to retreat back to their spawn.
Exploiting a lack of territory control there from side of Triumph, because they didn't really have that much health that they can place on the point with this primarily squishy composition. 5 200 health heroes, and only Matman who can really contest for a long time against the damage that Guru has with his high charge. Right now, Faye's actually going to drop down, try and contest, going to get finally towards that barrage. His primary target here will likely be Pizza Demon, who remains the largest threat to him.
Another bomb does land on the point. EMP onto 4 people at the back line equals a big rocket barrage. The Guru goes down. Shu is going to fall. There's no way they're going to be able to get back on point now. Hypnot going extremely low, was on fire, receives the nano boost to be able to touch in time, but the rest of Bermuda were already contesting, meaning Faye was just lining them up. It's like a game of Duck Hunt, Harry. He's playing on the NES. He's been playing Overwatch. Awkward finding 2 kills as well on the Zenyatta. Wasn't on the Lucio, of course, but decided, you know what, pop on the Zen at the end, start clicking some heads. Triumph win the round. Sanctuary 1-0 right now on Busan. And Bermuda, they get 70%, pretty adequate time in the time bank. But Harry, remember, they do need to win this series in order to guarantee themselves a spot in Contenders. So they can't forego FaZe Farah right now. They have to be able to focus this guy.
Yeah, for me to lose, there is a certain number of circumstances which could occur, which would mean that they would not qualify. I think it'd be FaZe 2 and Underwater Squad who might take their potential spots. But yeah, it's a great start here for Triumph. Faye was actually very intelligent. He swooped in so low to do the barrage because it meant that he could apply point pressure and keep it capping while people were hiding from his barrage. He managed to get a couple of kills there, but what's important was that Bermuda couldn't get on the point to contest, and that was one of their primary win conditions, to be able to leverage the huge amount of healing and health that they had to just keep control of a point. And Faye's returning on the Farah, but people missed to swap it over now on the Widowmaker. Huge territory control once again.
They don't want to contest him, mate. Even Pizza Team is still on the Ana, but he's not going to be able to do a whole bunch against Faye because he has Izzy at his back constantly. Shu does spot Faye, who doesn't get healed in the midair, as Izzy did try and heal his back line, and he ends up going down. No resurrection available either. He's in too much of a risky position. Izzy ends up falling as Shu finds a double kill. Both the Farah and the Mercy being killed by Shu already, and they managed to get the point cap too.
Great job there from Shu. It was kind of like a 5v6 there for Bermuda, because Ultimate Wet basically made himself ultimately useless by having to stand in front of Pizza Demon with a shield up so that he could try and tank any fire from Pizza and Faye that was occurring. Shu is going to try and take the higher ground alongside Hypnot. They're going to have to drop off after taking too much damage. Yeah,
way too much. You might as well play the point of this in this situation as well, because you have Ultimate Web, you have OG, of course, two AoE healers. The only person you're going to have to worry about for right now is Faye, and that self-destruct if you're OG, who does get detonated. Hypnot is going to go fairly low, because he has the Discord on him, and Pizza Demon gets smacked straight off the map with Ultimate Web as well. Oh, not what you want to be right now if you're Bermuda. 2 supports, 3 supports already dead. And that'll be them, just going for full reset. Faye, again, easy pickings. You send Matman in, he finds 2 kills. Faye just picks off the rest.
I talked about how Ultimate Whip was also playing bodyguard for Pizza Demon, and it definitely was not in their favor that time. Both caught out in the same position. Matman sends them both in front of a speeding train. Gonna have a little bit of a safety practice course on the agenda if they want to be surviving this round. Faye is controlling this territory so well, trying to engage with a self-destruct though.
Oh, nice. Does manage to pick off Faye in the air. Is he got away because he activated that ultimate? There will be the mine straight on top of 3 people from Bermuda, but that is going to be met with a sound barrier to make sure they don't all die instantly. Izzy gets the cheeky resurrection off in the back line as well. Will Faye be able to get away? I don't think so. Gets slipped and knocked into the wall. Only just manages to escape. Inches of HP left. Izzy healing him up. A Transcendence through came from awkward to try and touch the point, but Matman was way too far away for him to actually get any use out of that one. Mystic gets denegged as well. Now Bermuda are finding the picks onto Faye, onto Izzy, just dismantling the Triumph comp.
Got to give credit there to Pizza Demon. He put so much pressure onto Faye even after the resurrection. Shu managed to open it up, getting that instant kill with the self-destruct. And that forces Izzy to leave the remainder of his team behind, having to use the Valkyrie to get that free movement to go and try for that risky res. He was a bit too high up in the air for Ultimate Web to get the shield bash off. And now Hypnot going to try and contest for high ground once again. But that is not a grab I would have picked, Guru.
Not the best grab in the world, if I do say so myself. Bob gets sent all the way to the back line, and it hasn't really got a sight line, and definitely won't anymore as he does get slayed. Hero ends up going down as Faye does pick him up. Hibimitsu gets resurrected also as Matman does jump onto the point with those mines. They're already on top of them. They just want to use them as more of a navigation tool to make sure they can push Bermuda off the point. Mystic sends in that self-destruct, gets a 2-piece as well. And now it's only OG Ultimate Whip on the point. They need to be able to clear them off. Guru is swapped onto the Tracer to try and provide a little bit more disruption and stall for more time. They are 90% as Triumph get the flip.
Oh, Guru was just eviscerated there. First he was hit with a dynamite, and then afterwards hit with a direct rocket from Faye. Would have killed him anyway because of a Discord orb. 156 damage comes out from that. But it seems like both of our divas are doing a really great job of exploiting the lack of consistent shielding on both of the sides. Always being able to get multiple pickoffs, or just one that they need with those self-destructs. He got Faye again, or at least he got Faye into cover, so him not caught him out.
Izzy, once more, activating that Valkyrie just to get out of the range of the self-destruct. Good use. Faye does get resurrected once again, but got a problem on your hands. This Guru, he's in your backline, killing your support and killing your DPS. He got a double kill at the end. Faye ends up going down to Pizza Demon, who wasn't receiving any healing because Izzy was now having to pay attention to Mystic in the front line. Izzy ends up going down to the booth of OG, and that'll be a flip from Bermuda on a more Farah-dominating map. Triumph end up losing. 99% ticks over. Matman only just getting back on the point. I take it back, Harry. Awkward jumping on as well with that Transcendence, but a big fire grenade lands onto Matman, negating all of that healing as well.
Faye making that very, very close. Faye's actually under huge amounts of pressure. Hypnot's there with a primal rage.
He just wants to get him out of the air. Winston fly swatter skin when, I do not know. Izzy ends up going down, jumps off the map. There will be a rocket barrage onto Ultimate Web. Shu is also going to take out Man, but look at the control now on the point. Bob has been unleashed, and Shu just can't get rid of him quick enough. Awkward manages to take out Faye, but it might just be all over. They didn't get on the point. Mystic was pushed into the corner, and he wasn't able to touch. There is the smallest gap in the world where you're not capping in that corner. The Z9 from Triumph net Bermuda the win on Downtown.
Oh, that was such a good engagement as well from Matman and Awkward coming in with Wrecking Ball at full speed and the Transcendence as well. Matman did actually get hit with a biotic grenade, so he was forced to retreat. High IQ play there from Pizza Demon, but Awkward was still there, and that was all that was required to bring Faye back to the fight. And I've got to give Mystic credit, even though he did kind of mess up at the end there. He did do a great job of bathing Faye in the defense matrix while he was barraging, because Guru was sort of like on equal levels of him. He was dealing maximum pulse pistol damage, could have almost got a very easy one clip on the barraging Farah if it weren't for Mystic's defensive efforts.
Well, now we're seeing something a little bit more standard. You can't really play far on this map, so they're going to go with the Mei instead. They're going to go for Winter Goats, 3-3 Mei, whatever you want to call it. Hypno gets taken out. Mei just doing a lot of job in the front line already. Mystic finding a double kill. Peace Demon falling, and that will be the rest of Bermuda. Rolling back to their spawn. 5 seconds to the point unlocks. Triumph should be able to cap Swamedy.
I wonder why Pigmitsu decided on the orientation of that second wall to be straight. Didn't seem like it really... It put a wall between them, but didn't put a wall between themselves and the exit. But hopefully it'll be a little bit better at catching out an engagement as Bermuda try and fake out the rotation. They are going to isolate Hypno.
You hate to see it, mate, but look at the damage actually on the walls. They break a couple of pillars, and they were able to surge forward. And they do trade Reinhardt's now. This is very winnable for Bermuda. Mystic falls, so there's 2 tanks now going down, and Pivot got isolated behind his own wall. Just means OG can just dance above it and take him out. They did manage to cap the point, however, so they are still accruing time. But Bermuda do end up winning the fight on this one.
Matman's going to have to feed in here. Trader's life 4 percentage points. Holding up that shield desperately as he tries to kite away, but this is not going to be enough feeling for that.
No, definitely not. The wall goes up to try and make sure Pivomitsu can escape alive. The point gets flipped over. They do have a big combo coming online though soon, Harry. Triumph have the Blizzard. Now Graviton Surge is 2% away.
And Shuva actually demanded so much of the attention of Izzy and Awkward. Both of them were focused on him and could not help out their tank line. Pivmitsu may try for a cheeky wall here. Won't actually catch anyone out, but he will ferry everyone in.
That's a grab. Transcendence self-destruct launch on top as well. That's a lot of support launchers being used and a defensive snowstorm. We call it snow globe in the EU when it gets used with the Graviton Surge. Didn't quite get used at the same time, but it still worked out. Hypno and OG end up falling. Oh dear. Guru just gets run down. Shu, Ultimate Web are going to follow him. Quick team kill for Triumph. They love that grabbing. Easy Blizzard on top, Harry. No one's going anywhere. And that's Bermuda losing the point, and now Triumph are racking up time.
And once again, Bermuda are going to have to walk into a Mei. The Mei's definitely wanting to always be defending. They're actually going to just beeline them entirely, go straight to the point. Good play from them, and now they have point control.
Now they do. Izzy's just trying to find a boot. There will be a shadow coming out from Matman. That ain't it, Chief. Goes straight into Hypno's shield. B does land on all 6 members of Triumph. Matman taking a whole bunch of damage. His shield going low as well. Not where you want to be. Pivomitsu trying to find the flank, but Matman's left completely open. Didn't really have the support of Mystic either on the side. And Ultimate Web just finds it with a nice shift. Guru does get Graviton Surge, but it is a solo one from Mystic, and that's going to get met with the Transcendence from Pizza Demon as well. The rest of Bermuda are running through Triumph as Matman wasn't there. They will end up flipping the point once again. It has been about a 25 to 30% flip each way, but 75% on the board now for Triumph.
So back and forth, seems like both of these teams are better at attacking than they are at defending, but Pivmitsu this time so far away from that crucial ultimate. Mystic the same as well, tried to use a solo ultimate to grab in Guru, didn't work out in his favor. They don't have that snow globe that helped him to take it last time.
There's the grab. Transcendence as well. Pivomitsu jumps into the ice box to be extra careful, as well as that rally from Faye. There's no real follow-up as there's no self-destruct. It's only just come online. 2-man shatter on Mystic and Izzy, but that will protect Mystic for the time being. Matman's still trying to earn himself a shatter. He's only 10% away, and Hypno's shield gets instantly deleted by Mystic. and now Matman can absolutely run amok. The self-destruct's launched in the airs. Bermuda try and buy more time. Hibamitsu jumps into the ice block to save himself. And even a rally now being used by Bermuda. Good job as well, as Awkward does manage to go down. So does Hibamitsu after the beat is used by Bermuda. Hypnot's not even there, and Triumph are losing this fight. Hypnot eventually comes back and just swings away at Faye and Matman. They end up falling down, and Bermuda are only 3% away from claiming this map. Everybody from Triumph is now dead, rushing, dashing to get back to the point. Awkward might just be able to touch, but it's not going to be enough. Bermuda end up taking Busan 2-1.
It's a sad time to be Hibamitsu dying there with the Blizzard, but OG, the most clutch sound barrier, managing to get 4 or 5 members of his team when they were in that last second stall out kind of brawly atmosphere. And when you're in that brawly atmosphere, the additional 750 overshield is so important for you to have. OG definitely saved his team there and potentially saved the map, and potentially looking at the map differential that may well decide their place could have saved them moving into Contenders.
I really wanted to see Matman's play of the game. I'm not gonna lie. The 2-man boop off with the with the swinging around.
Into
pretty funny. 26% of hero damage, by the way, on Faye. 15k, not too bad at all when he was on the Farah. That Mei, though, didn't really work out for him. We didn't really see any big combinations of ults coming through. That's normally what you want to do with the Mei. You put the grab on top of them, and then because you haven't got DB, you can't use self-destruct, use the Blizzard instead, freezes everybody up, they can't use shields then, and then your team can round upon them.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about Hibamitsu's icicle accuracy. I think that he's building Blizzard a little bit slower than you optimally would in one of those compositions. We often see Kenzie play it on CIS Hope/Windstrike in Contenders Europe, and Kenzie's icicle accuracy is one of the main boons of that composition, because he can build up the Blizzard so fast, about as fast as you would build up a Graviton Surge, which is exceptionally quick in these 3-3 metas.
Yeah, the icicles also don't have damage drop off, so you can just plink away from people from a great distance. Plus, the headshots really hurt, and you can build up those blizzards incredibly quickly. I remember Mei way back in the day was like 14% or something per headshot. Ult generation, ult charge. So
if she hits an icicle headshot on someone with a Discord orb on, it will do 195 damage. So you could almost one-shot a Zenyatta.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
If that's combined with like a stray sound pellet from a Lucio, or even like D.Va's long-range shotgun fire, you can get early pickoffs with that Mei if you've got the accuracy to make it work. And of course, you're always going to be combining it with the sniping potential of a Zen. So one of the main win conditions, as well as bisecting an enemy team, is to try and play for those long-range picks while also having the sturdiness to engage in 3-3 tank-to-tank battles. Because Mei, we call her, she's basically a sub-tank. She's pretty survivable, has the invincibility.
That's what I say in queue. I'm basically an off tank because I have 250 HP in a wall and stuff.
Bastion's got a tank mode.
Exactly. You're basically a tank. Listen to me.
Here on King's Row, Hypnot currently hovering over Bastion, but that ain't gonna be it. Bermuda just messing around in spawn, but we never Faye ain't messing around. He's bringing out his signature Farah. Izzy sitting beside him. What a wonderful pairing. Role playing before they bring out their defense here. I wonder what angle Faye's going to play, because it's entirely possible. Bermuda, they are on the attack, so it's very easy for him to... Oh, OG, that's not it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Very easy for him to swap over to a hit scan. But he might have been faking out one of the set plays that we saw from San Francisco Shock, where Choi Obin just flies over. Was very effective against Dallas Fuel.
Honestly, at this point, if I was Bermuda, I would jump onto the Widowmaker and get high ground and just try and plink Faye and then have the rest of your team rush. Because look at Faye right now. Getting damage boosted still and can hide around this hotel. Bermuda are going to switch up their comp. They're going to trade one of those healers. Well, one of the healers. It's Brigitte, funnily enough, to a Genji instead. Try and slice and dice Awkward up on the high ground, but it's not going to really work right now as Izzy is still up in the air and he's able to traverse these high ground levels just so easily.
Not much point pressure at the moment from Bermuda. I'm going to tap onto it, going to try and get that first tick. Faye's already gone down. Izzy goes for res.
Big bait on the res. Hibamitsu, though, is going to pop off with a dynamite. OG is going to fall. They're still managing to get a little bit of time on the point. Nano Boost has been used on the Zaya of all people.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Grab ASAP. It's pretty terrifying if you're Faye. You only got 200 HP. He doesn't even hit the ground before he goes down. Guru just burning them up in the air. And then Mystic trying to go for the 1v1. It when that happens. Bermuda have the spawn advantage, of course. They still manage to secure the point, and that is a very fast cap. 5 minutes now on the streets phase.
surprise, surprise, Faye basically has a grab, so here's the play you need to do if you're Bermuda. You've got to force out Guru's personal bubble. You've got to force out of a defense matrix, and then you've got to go ahead and solo barrage that Zaya. You've got to remove her from a map ASAP. Do not let her choose the engagement, because if she can choose a Graviton engagement, you're doomed. Mystic could potentially eat a Graviton from long range, but you'll likely just solo grab Izzy or Awkward or Pipamitsu.
Uh-oh, look what's coming up. They got that blade. Nano booster's coming as well. Big sleep actually onto Matman there to stagger him just a little bit as he laid down the mines on the point. The point will end up just crushing the mines anyway, so just kind of clear a path. Self-destruct into the air. OG trying to get away, but that big pile driver from Matman sends
caught
OG
in the middle
up into the self-destruct. Ultimate Web is going to go down as well. Bermuda did not see that one coming.
Oh, someone needs to give that, and at this moment, he knew he'd messed up. Just up in the air like, oh, let's drop it, never mind. Also, we're gonna try and claim all the high ground here, dashing in, using his reflect. We'll be able to engage for a little while, but those cooldowns. Instead, just gonna throw out a couple of shurikens, keep himself topped up. He can go for a nano blade here.
Nano blade, ultimate dashes straight up into the air, manages to catch Faye mid barrage. Awkward using that trance, but you're still able to kill people with that left click and the dash straight through if you can find the combo quick enough. Doesn't manage to kill anybody else, but Faye was the main target. The resurrection from Izzy will bring it back into the fight for now, as well as the self-destruct being launched on top of that Graviton Surge. The Mind manages to kill OG as Guru manages to right-click people from the small streets. They're trading fairly evenly, but it is only 2 healers on the point. They're not going to be able to survive for too long as Ultimate Weapon Guru do manage to roundabout on them.
That was a really cool shield from Hypnot as well in mid-air, trying to block out Faye's barrage while Ultimate was getting the slashes off. Good job on him, having a little bit of aerial Winston prowess. But the aerial Winston prowess has earned him a primal rage, and that's all they've got to close out this final point of King's Road. Attrition, definitely about equal here. Bermuda are very close to their spawn, and will Triumph, they're very far away from their own one, but Bob can be what contests the cart here.
7th man on your team just get booped away. That's what you want to see from the Primal Rage. He is basically useless at this point. That man jumps in with a pile driver, just get instantly naded. Ultimate Weapon is going to take out Awkward. Problem is, Faye is going to be at his back always. Batman buying as much time as he possibly can, swinging around the point, but the rest of Triumph are going to donate their bodies to it. They will. Bermuda will end up capping, but not before Triumph can still shave a little bit more time off the time bank itself. 4 minutes, though, going into the last point is nothing to be scoffed at.
They screamed Bob zoned something. He zoned out the Mega Health Pack. Hypnot doing a great job of displacing there, ensuring that Bob was going to be useless for the entirety of the fight and could not contest the cart. But meant far more fit, squishy characters from the side of Triumph were forced to try and make that work. Also, up getting very brazen here. He's used his dash, used his reflex. I'm not sure if he's going to want to bring out the blade. He is indeed going to try.
There's the blade. Faye goes down. Ultimate Web just trying to kill somebody, but everybody was able to get out alive. They saw the self-destruct coming in as well. Not really helping the Nano Blade at all, just scattering everybody instead. He still manages to kill off Izzy, however, as Matman falls down as well. Hypnot playing big distraction tool in the back line. He receives the bubble from the Zaya and jumps on Awkward and the Cowboy. Pipamitsu now has to scurry back to spawn as Mystic ends up going down as well.
Hypnot's got to be so worried here. There we go. In comes the grab.
Awkward using that Transcendence as Pipamitsu is kept alive, but it delays them from getting to the point. And Matman didn't stand long against 6 people just chunking away at his shields. Bermuda end up getting the cap and the completion on King's Row with an impressive time bank, so 2 minutes and 58.
Big read there from Messiah, grabbing into the enemy spawn. Guru knew exactly what Triumph wants to do on their defense. Come out with that Transcendence, keep everyone nice and healed. And Transcendence does make you invincible, Jaws, but it does not make you immune to any crowd control. You can still be somewhat displaced by knockbacks. Yeah, man. As any Zenyatta who's ever fallen foul of an environmental death while trancing knows, that is the saddest timeline.
Winston Primal Rage. Booping your Transcendence down the pit on well. Not the best time in the world. That's an Alt F4 moment, if I've ever seen one.
Very wonderful clip montages of Big Goose getting massive boobs. I'm pretty sure he's got a few in Overwatch League of trancing Zenyatta's down the well on Ilios. So nope, this is the saddest timeline. And it was a pretty sad timeline for Pipamitsu and Awkward as well.
The worst thing is, I am not a very good Lucio. So people are like, can you play Lucio? I'm like, I'd rather play Zen. And then I get booped down the well. It's like, well, you wouldn't have died if you were Lucio. I'm like, hey, happens.
We wouldn't have made it if I was Lucio.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have made it to point. I'd be running into the walls still.
I'm trying.
Triumph are on the attack. Enough about my terrible Lucio. Bermuda are on the defense. Who's a better Lucio than me? It's definitely OG. They're going for something a little bit more standard on the defense. Of course, Beats didn't even stolen that Ana though.
Oh, two headshots.
That was nice. Pivomitsu, 45% ult charge within, what, 10 seconds of the point? Well, the door's actually unlocking. Not too bad, not too bad.
And Guru and Shu going to be the ones suffering there. Faye's falling low, and he's used his own rocket boosters now. He could be the main target of Shu, who for now wants to just continue contesting.
Already goes down. Hypnot falling to Mystic as he was discorded. As Awkward and Mystic did manage to corner him off. Hibamitsu finding a kill into OG as well. They don't want to play Goat Taran. You can definitely see why. Awkward ends up falling, but it doesn't matter at all because Hibamitsu is still continuing to click heads. He is healing Hibamitsu as well, by the way, as he just gets jumped on by Shu. There's nothing you can do right now, and someone still has to contest him. Faye and Izzy jump onto the point, but while Hibamitsu was getting healed, Faye definitely was not, and Izzy had to make a decision. Hibamitsu ends up going down. We jump into a brief pause, but still, they do manage to at least secure one tick.
Yeah, almost two. They were about 1% shy of getting that second tick. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be this time. Izzy had a pretty good pocket onto Hibamitsu, but Awkward was caught out way too early. Went in towards that mega health pack. And he got cornered by Shu and just quickly taken out. We do know how much burst damage a D.Va can do to a lone Zenyatta with those micro missiles, the initial boop damage, and of course the melee. With his square hitbox as well, will not last very long against Shu, who's playing Assassin. Someone's melee key's broken.
Yeah, I was about to say, TLDR. Someone complaining about
Ultimate Web, I believe.
Ultimate, okay, so Ultimate Web complaining about his melee
broken.
key breaking, and then Hypnot saying, he play Brig, no melee. So, okay, apparently his mouse is having a little bit of a moment. So
wouldn't have guessed that from the last fight. You managed to turn that around quite nicely, finding Matt Man, and then also Izzy was caught out trying to get the heals there as well. So not too bad. Like, myself and a lot of other retro Overwatch fans I know are hoping for an Ultimate Web Faye Pharah duel, because back in the day, Ultimate Web was really known for his great Pharah play, his great Genji play, but also his inconsistency. When he was on his best days, he could really pop off, and I want to see that happen against Faye.
I kind of want to too. Bermuda, maybe they secure the series first, you know, take the 3-0, and then they have the ultimate flashback. Hopefully that's the case. Doesn't like we're getting back into the game.
Secure it first.
Don't worry. Yeah, just secure the W first, and then have a little bit of fun. No spoilers, but well, okay, I'm not going to do it. It's so hard not to talk about Al, Harry.
Yeah, man, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. By the time this airs, everyone will have seen it. Because it's going to air on Tuesday. Breaking the meta.
Correct. Break it. Oh my god, we're ultimate timelining right now.
Well, face up with VA. He's going to try and potentially catch up these guys if they dive deep. Awkward didn't get caught out there, though.
Well, those face first Brash. He finds two. OG and Hitball going down. The double kill on the Pharah strikes again. That EMP removing all the shields, all the matrixes from Bermuda. Man still ends up falling though, but Faye is very, very much uncontested in midair until Shu does manage to get back to the point, but he's met with two very swift rockets to the face, and he's forced to back off once again.
Yeah, Shu's going to have to decide where he wants to go here. Does he want to go up into the air and try and challenge out Faye? Is Mystic going to get a hack to open this? Hypnot's going to be our first to proffer up a front line. He's going to claim a bit of territory here for the side of Bermuda.
Oh, Mystic! Only just managing to survive that under the roof of the hotel. Even put Translocator down just to try and blink through it. Faye ends up going down though, as he had to split off from him as the self-destruct was launching, of course. And now Guru doesn't have really a care in the world. He has no tanks to really worry about in the front line. He can start burning people up and right-clicking down towards Triumph Spawn. 1 minute and 46 seconds left, Harry. They have to be able to get onto this next point. But Hibamitsu now switching off the Widowmaker onto the Ashe. Already 70% ult charge towards Bob too.
Who said that 3-3 does not have any DPS? Because Pizza Demon there just outsniped Hibamitsu and took Faye out of the air. Some great accuracy from Rihanna once again. And has almost earned himself as a nano boost as well. So that's probably going to be going on to Hypnot. And that's going to make life hell for Awkward.
There he goes, in. Oh, does not manage. Oh, there's the nano boost. Straight into the Primal Rage as well. OG managed to take Pow out of the skies. Shu was hacked mid that as well, so they couldn't even defense Matrix the barrage, but it didn't matter at all. Not when you got Hypno in your face. Primal Rage and Nano at the same time. Matman jumps onto the point, lays down the mines, but gets instantly naded once again. Pizza Demon just popping off that grab into the statue as well. In phase life. There's an EMP in the back line, but is there any follow-up? 5 people have been hacked. Ultrawarp still swinging away as he's got 5% towards that rally as well. The Bobs come in, but Pipamitsu dies as well. This fight is so messy, and now Guru's in the back line just trying to take care of everybody, and Pizza Demon just sniping everybody on the Ana.
Izzy got away with yet another res and will get away with his health as well, but not now. OG is going to chase him down.
OG chasing him down, mate. There's nothing stopping him. Pizza Demon was pinking away at Faye the whole time as well. Oh my goodness. If Pizza Demon does not have a damage medal at the end of this, I don't know what's wrong with medal system.
Well, OG's ready to catch any incoming aggression with that sandbar. If he doesn't get picked off here, it'll be incredibly important. Himself and Ultimate getting so aggressive here onto Matman.
Got 20 seconds, Harry. Hypnot is going to take out Pipamitsu. Izzy gets slept mid-air as well in Valkyrie, straight into a nade. OG takes out Awkward too. Bermuda, you can tell how much they want this win right now. Pizza Demon just turned on his 6th sense in Ana. Pinking Izzy in midair with the sleep dart. She falls to the ground and ends the round almost instantly. Bermuda with the full hold on King's Row, taking the series to 2-0 and are now on match point.
Some real real plays there for our resident Ana, Pizza Demon. But I've got to talk as well about the 100 charge IQ grab from Guru onto the Mondana statue, managing to pin Faye to it. There must have been some communication there with Shu, because Shu had his micro missiles ready to go, which don't suffer from too much damage drop off, so they could just throw all the micro missiles into that Graviton Surge, where only Faye was there, but Faye could not get away. It was beautiful planning there from Guru and Shu to really combine, take out the main threat that is proffered from Triumph in Faye.
Oh boy. Pizza Demon did have a card at the end, but it was a healing one. I saw team damage
Cheated.
and I was like, yes! And then it said healed. I was like, no, please.
Never mind.
Give him a medal of some kind. He must have near be on bronze damage. I don't know. He's doing a lot of work in the front line. Regardless of him just healing, he was also doing a whole lot of damage. Plus, those bio grenades were perfect on Matman. Every single time Matman was jumping in with the pile driver, it was either met with a slep dart or with a bio grenade to just stop his advantage, because there's no way you can move after that. You get slowly staggered with the sleep dart, and then the bio grenade stops all the healing. There's nothing you can do. Izzy can't heal you. Your Lucio Zen can't heal you.